When it rains, it pours. Especially on a day when gun control laws are going through Congress, the House and the Senate. Fun times. Fun times. Hey there, folks. Pliskin by 51mm. I'm out in the garage today. It's actually nice out here. It's not cold, and it ain't 1,000 degrees either. It's just mild, which is good. It's pouring the rain outside today, so I figured I would do another sharpening video. And this time, we'll be working with my Ontario Air Force survival knife. Going to be putting him through the method that I did the USMC. Got the USMC here on my belt. Always have it with me. And after I did that initial video, I touched him up a little bit more. And I discovered new methods as well. I'm going to have to write down the methods that I use, like, you know, what stone and how many times on each side, and then put that up on YouTube for you guys to see, so you guys can try it out as well. But I'm going to try the newest method with the Ontario Air Force survival knife. What I did was, it was like 6 passes on each side with the easy sharp diamond stone, and then like 12 passes on the 600 grit sandpaper. Then with the medium here on the Smith's trihone, I used the medium. It's like 6 passes with this on each side, and 6 passes with that, and then 6 with this, and then I went back to the sandpaper. I did that on my K-bar, and it really brought it even sharper than what it was. So there's several, you know, ways I do this. I've got several little configurations and whatnot, so let's get started. Alright, so I've went 3 passes on each side of the blade on the easy sharp diamond stone. So I'm going to go 3 more times to make 6 in total. Getting ahead of myself there. Alright, move this out of the way. Yeah, he's getting there. Alright, let's go over to the sandpaper. Alright, I'm on the 600 grit sandpaper now, and what I've done is I went up the blade 6 times on each side, and up here around the bend there on the tip, went up on that 6 times on each side. You know, do 3 on this side, and go over and do 3 on this side, and then switch it back over, do 3 again on this side, do 3 again on this side. Now I'm going to do it a total of 6 more times to round out to 12 passes on each side of the blade. Alright, so let me get my fingers oriented here so I don't cut myself. 1, 2, 3. Switch it around. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go around again. 1, 2, 3. Now see where I'm doing the strokes on this Ontario, because the bend of the blade, it's got a really pronounced curve, unlike the K-bar. The K-bar, for the most part, for the length of its blade, is straight. You know, it's got the bend right here on this, but that's about where the bend is. But the majority of the blade is flat, straight, right through there. On the Ontario, though, the bend starts about halfway in the middle of the blade. See, like right from here to here is straight, right through here, and then it bends the rest of the blade. So now I've hit it on this on-camera count 6 times on each side. Now I'm going to hit it 6 times on each side up there at the point. You know, don't forget the point. So. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm counting them out so that way I keep track of myself. Alright, so that was 3 times on each side there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's a total 6 times on this side, 6 times on that side, for a total of 12. Because I did 6 passes on each side of the blade off camera, so that's a total for 12 altogether. Went 12 times on this side, 12 times on this side down there on the edge. It's coming too. It's coming too. Alright, let's go on to the other stones. Alright, did 3 passes on each side on the Smith trihone medium stone. The one on top, medium stone. I did 3 passes on each side off camera. I'm going to do 3 passes on each side on camera. Here. Now the problem with this, dude, it's not really a problem, it's just how it's designed. This hilt is rather large. As you can see there, it's like a cross hilt. And this is it in comparison to the K-bar. You know, pick both of them up. See, there's the Ontario, here's the K-bar. In relation, the hilt on this one gets in the way more. Okay. Oh yeah. He's coming in. Alright. Onto the fine stone. I do believe that's what it's called. Yeah, the fine stone. Alright, went 3 passes up each side of the fine stone. We'll go up the fine stone some more. 3 more times to make a total of 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah? Oh yeah. Yeah. He's coming in. Much sharper than he was before. Alright. On to the white honing stone. Alright, so here on the honing stone, what I did is I went up the blade in sections. I started here at the tip, went to the curve, you know, however it covers about, see, about that much of the curve, and then I went to the end near the hilt. So I did that 3 times, 3 passes on each side. So now I'll do it on camera. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then over to the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The rain's picking up out there. All right. Oh my goodness. He's really sharp now. Now, on a few other knives that I was sharpening out here today, or not today, the other day, I meant to say, like with the USM Mark 1, I even, after I went through all that you guys just seen there, you know, 6 passes on the Easy Lap Diamond Stone. After 6 passes on that, 12 passes on the 600 grit sandpaper, 6 passes on the medium stone, 6 passes on the fine stone, and then 6 total passes on the honing stone. I even went back with the USM Mark 1. I even went back to the 600 grit sandpaper for another 12 passes, and then finally, I think it was either 6 or 12 passes on the medium stone again, and then ended it with another 6 passes on the honing stone. I'm not going to do that for this video, but that's just the methods that I was working with, you know, to try and get the knife as sharp as I can without dulling it. And on the USM Mark 1, I think that process worked pretty good. I even did it, I think I even went back and redid it on the USMC. And I think it helped it out immensely as well. But I just showed, like, okay, so the video method that I showed for, if we will here, you know, let's just infer, you know, my different, you know, going from stone to stones as methods. Okay, the one that I showcased for the USMC, you know, K-bar fighter, when I did the video for that, you could infer that process as like method 1. Then what I did with the Ontario Air Force Survival Knife as method 2. And then what I did with the Mark 1 the other day, we could say that was step or method 3. You know, where I went back after the honing stone and re-hit it with the medium and sandpaper, another 12 times on the sandpaper, another 6 on the medium, and then another 6 on the honing stone. So I have to write these down and put them on paper, and then, you know, Photoshop them or take a picture of them, put them on YouTube so you guys can try those for yourselves if you want to. All this is optional. Maybe you guys have a method that works better for you, but this was kind of like method 2, and I just used it on my Ontario, and it really worked too, because it's a lot sharper. A lot sharper than when it started. And before I started any of this, before I even touched it to stone, I took one of these AccuSharps to it. And I did that to get some bare steel. It didn't dull the blade. It just exposed some of that deeper layer of steel beneath the edge that was already there. That way you could work with, you know, a little bit more with these stones, and it worked very well. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this second method that I have concocted for my knives that I used here on the Ontario. Subscribe, rate, and comment. I may do a video on method 3 with the USM Mark 1. I may do it on another fixed blade just to show how I did it, but I will get them wrote down and put on camera so you guys can read them up. Well, anyway, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you guys then.